Welcome back. You are looking live at Donald Trump's private jet set to take off after his arraignment today in Washington, D.C. For the third time in 4 months, Trump appeared before a judge to appear for arraignment, this time in federal court directly across the street from the site of the January 6th Capitol riot on charges that he tried to interfere with the outcome of the 2020 election. We want to bring back Fox 32 political analyst, Professor Stephen Caliendo from North Central College in Naperville for some insight. And again, thank you, Professor, for making yourself available. Since you and I spoke earlier this week, we've gotten a better sense of the government's case against Mr. Trump, and it appears prosecutors are going to be relying, at least in part, on former Vice President Mike Pence. And apparently, from what we've gleaned, is that Pence took some detailed notes of their conversations in the days leading up to the certification of the election. How strong, in your mind, is the government's case against Trump?
It's a legal case, which is different than the political case. And it's, you know, when you and I talk, we have to disentangle those things, and it's challenging. As laid out, it looks like a very strong indictment, but it's a one-sided indictment. The defense gets to try to discredit some of that. We'll be able to cross-examine the witnesses that come forward. As strong as it is, the suggestion is that there's probably much more evidence available than what is in that indictment. Of course, the defense will have a chance to look at all of that. But the 45 pages that we got earlier this week is a roadmap to what the prosecution will try to do, but it certainly isn't everything.
Trump's attorneys, Professor, seem to be arguing this case in the court of public opinion, maintaining the government is trying to criminalize what is, in their minds, a First Amendment issue. Are they trying to sow reasonable doubt in potential jurors here?
Probably, but it's utter nonsense. If you read the indictment, it makes clear. I mean, you don't even have to read between the lines. It makes clear that the problem isn't what Trump said. It's that he acted on the things that he said, and that the things that he said were in furtherance of a conspiracy. You have a right to lie. You have a right to lie to the public. You have the right to lie to your friends and family, and you have a right to question things. The issue here is that's not only what happened. What happened was there was a conspiracy alleged to affect the process of counting electoral votes and certify those electoral votes. So it isn't about trying to silence Donald Trump if he really believed that the election was stolen. He can say those things, but they're going to try to show that he knew it wasn't stolen and that he tried to win anyway. That's going to be a difficult lift, and it should be. The prosecution has the burden of proof in this country.
Donald Trump took to social media earlier today, and he said, and I'm quoting directly, "I'm being arrested for you," end quote. What do you think he means? That
rhetoric is dangerous, Scott. I mean, I think that he's trying to rile up the base. And when I say rile up, one would hope to mean electorally, or for his fundraising, to continue to pay his legal bills, to continue to contribute to his campaign. But we worry, after what we saw on January 6th, that it may be more than that. It may be worse than that. What he's saying is that the government is out to get you. You can't trust government, but you can trust them when I'm in charge. And in the years that we had together, everything was fine. But now look, when he stepped off the airplane today, for instance, he mentioned he thought that the Washington, D.C. looked worse, that there was graffiti that wasn't there when he was president, suggesting that all of a sudden that Joe Biden shows up and the world's falling apart. And so he's speaking a political message to the base. This has nothing to do with the legal defense that he's going to have to mount in the coming months.
All right. Unfortunately, we have to leave it there. Stephen Caliendo, always appreciate your time, sir.
It's great to see you. Thanks for having me.
Good to see you. Anthony, over to you.